is going on, everybody? No, we usually don't do reviews here, but sometimes I'm just so excited I just can't help myself. Rafi, on your way home or are you heading to work now? Can you guys hear me? I'm actually trying a new that new RTX NVIDIA noise canceling. I actually have a couple fans going on. Just curious, how do I sound? Um, First time using it, so a little test run over here. So hopefully hopefully the point of this is I've seen great things where people you can't hear the fan. Let me know if you can hear a fan or as we had a couple shows ago, sprinkler system. We won't hear any sprinklers. All right, so got in today the Gigantic X-Plus. Of course, I'll bring him down for a closer look. Um, so let's just get on with that. We're gonna go into a very detailed part about the tail stand here. All right, let's get him facing. You guys, New Yorkers, I don't know. Can you tell by my accent? Maybe. So, as some of you know, some of you may not know, I was a big hater on this. Not, I don't want to say a hater, but I was skeptical because they didn't really the initial photo releases where he was in a very static pose, and they really were kind of hush hush about really any articulation, and uh, aside from just mentioning he has some points of articulation, but wouldn't really talk. So I wanted to go over that, but another like funny thing is if you have any of the Gigantics, obviously the boxes that these things come in are typically, the size of like you were buying a bike or something of that nature, a new sofa couch. And when this arrived, it was not much bigger than say like a 25 centimeter King Ghidorah box. So at first I got nervous thinking maybe they sent me the wrong thing, but but that wasn't the case. I guess because obviously MechaGodzilla doesn't have the crazy tail. So don't be shocked if you get a box and it doesn't quite look gigantic. He basically fills up the entire box. That's not what Leslie thinks. Um, but let's get to articulation, shall we? His head moves very well, actually. It goes pretty much almost a full 180. I mean, if you had him on an angle, uh, he definitely has a stop here, and I think it might have something to do with the light, possibly. But his eyes light up the entire way around. Again, this is the RIC. And yes, he moves it pretty much almost a full 180. I'd say it's like 178, something of that nature. Hey, what's going on, Joseph? Thank you everybody for tuning in. I know it's not going to be. I know there's usually better people to do this, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Why not? Another great thing here. Again, they wouldn't tell you if the mouth opens. Look at that. It opens just enough to give him a much more menacing look. For me anyway. I'm not a big like my biggest worry with this figure that he was going to look too much like a statue, and I know one of the popular arguments were, well, none of the other Gigantics have articulation. Why should he? And my rebuttal to that is, well, he's a robot, and every release of every MechaGodzilla, literally across the board, if you're looking at Kiru 74, 75, in either scale, doesn't matter. They have articulation. It's a robot. I mean, how heavy? He's actually not heavy at all. One of the surprising things is he's probably made by some of the softer vinyl that I wasn't expecting. But let me back him up here. I know the camera's a little close. Yes, there are missiles in the mouth. Let me pull out the RIC feature here. I don't want to drag this. See if I can kind of with the missiles are definitely in there, and they're painted. It's not like they were left unpainted. They're 100% in there. He stands very well. In fact, the I know everyone complains about the dreaded tail stands. I mean, at the price point, could they just throw some glitter in this already? I mean, unbelievable. You'd think that we'd get better tail stands. Uh, maybe I just want some pink colors in here, purple, some glitter. You can really see how this tail stand is just, you know, it's not really doing it for me. No, all jokes aside, the tail stand is needed, but barely. I mean, if you got his arms in the right positioning, he would stand by himself. But the tail stand is just there, kind of like the if you have the 30 centimeter 93 MechaGodzilla, same thing where the tail stand's not entirely needed, but it just adds that extra little support. So here, let me back up a little bit. So now let's get into more articulation, because again, I know that's a big concern of mine and for a lot of people out there. So again, the head does basically almost a complete 180 both ways. We have MechaGodzilla is also very good at giving you hugs if you want. The hands completely go total 360, giving you whatever pose you would prefer. I'm a big fan of the one arm up, ready to shoot, one arm casually down look. So he can do that, which I'm super excited about, especially if you angle him like this angle right here that I have him at is probably how I'm going to display him, with a slight head tilt, and I just unbelievable. The chest does open. There you go, and that is also part of the RIC feature here. Let me plug that back in and hopefully not have a fresh vinyl experience. And I think we just did. Nope, there we go. Didn't plug it in all the way. So you got the eyes and the chest light up. This is the RIC. Comes with one of my favorite things that I do love this. As much as I think light ups are kind of, I prefer minis, but that's me. But I do love these bases that come with it as a display. So the chest does light up. Yeah, he walks like woo. Turn that off. One thing I will say 100%, I hope my camera looks to be capturing it. The paint app on this is ridiculous. I mean, this is, in my opinion, one of the best painted X-Plus MechaGodzilla, period. The sculpt is absolutely fantastic. If I had any complaints or concerns that I had earlier, more articulation. The feet can move as well. The RIC option plugs into the back here, which actually kind of ends up being a can almost be a little space titanium piece. There's your extra RIC extra there. But yeah, so it mimics the the space titanium paint. Probably in my opinion, the best it's ever been. Um, and I wanted to give you some scale of how it is with some of a direct comparison to the 2008 um, robot RC MechaGodzilla. Gonna run out of room on my desk here. Usually this isn't how we do things. Not set up for this, but so if you're unfamiliar with this, here is the RC. This was made by Bandai in 2008. For many of us, including myself, this is a grail. This is my dad's. This is one of the best RCs you've ever seen. It does everything. The hand spin, the head spins, sound effects, lights. But as you can see, the paint app, in my opinion, is horrendous. And doesn't represent MechaGodzilla at all. So I don't know where they got this cool dark silver brown from that doesn't exist in the movie. But they're virtually the same height. The X Plus is they're literally the same height. But as you can see, the X Plus kills it in terms of the paint app. I mean, here's a direct comparison of them. The paint app on the X Plus is absolutely just gorgeous. And again, so this is him standing. I have the MechaGodzilla standing right now, and the tail stand his tail is about 2 to 3 inches off the ground. The tail stand's not even needed. So depending on how you balance them, if this really bothers you, which I know it bothers a lot of people, me not so much, because I like to know that my figure's safe and it's not going to fall off the shelf and cause just some snowball effect. The RC, I guess you could say the RC looks more like a toy, but unfortunately I don't have the batteries in this. Maybe later in the week I'll come back, or maybe on Wednesday night when we have the live chat with David, I'll bring this bad boy on with the batteries and show them off for those that have never seen it in action. So let's put this back. If Dad's watching, he's probably having a heart attack. Hoping I don't drop it. And now, just to see how he scales with other Gigantics, here's Big Boy 89. And here's Mecha G. And they pretty much, I mean, 89, I mean, they're about the same height. 89 barely edges them out. So, you're not going to be disappointed with the size. And boy, man, if they ever make a, get down, big tail guy. If they ever make a Gigantic 74, boy, I cannot wait. If that ever happens, which maybe that's why they did this, but we don't know. Is there anything you would like to see or ask while I'm here? No, this wasn't. Just wanted to keep this brief, show it off a little bit, because I know, again, I was one of the biggest skeptics about this. Because of its articulation, it seemed like we were very much just going to get a statue, similar to just the hanger pose, which I am ecstatic that we didn't. I mean, this is potentially figure of the year. I know, we're off to not the greatest 2020. Maybe 2020 there won't be a figure of the year. We all just want to forget. But and again, you can raise up both arms if you want. He can give you hugs. Hugging MechaGodzilla. So yeah, I would say yeah, Chris, I agree. Between the 84 Sakai and this, I think those are going to be really hard to beat. I am very excited about the it totally looks like Wolf like a Gypsum. I'm very excited about the Disco Godzilla that's coming out. And then that very possibly might be my last figure of the year. With how things are going. So, but yeah, this guy's pricey. Yeah, this was well, I don't even. I went through the U.S. RIC site, so I paid in full up front. Um, but I think he was over 5 with shipping. No, no, Rab, this isn't an auction. This is a review. Well, Charles, uh, I mean, as much as I love the G19, if I'm being honest, it just doesn't have. It's a fantastic figure if you love that suit. I don't personally like. I don't personally love the 2019 design. Um, I dig it, but it's not. It's not 84 for me. I mean, 84 is one of my, in my top 3 in terms of suits. So that will they're gonna have the bias showing up on that one. So yeah, anyone, if you have any questions, yeah, Chris, I'm with you, man. That's another thing too. If the burning version of the Gigantic 19 has that like translucent effect that was on the 95 Sakai, that's gonna be tough to beat. That might be the best figure ever made in terms of just overall. But we got to see what kind of paint app they're doing. But if it's that just gorgeous translucent burning, I don't know. I don't know how you beat that. But we'll see. We'll see what they got coming out. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with everybody because I am pleasantly surprised um, that this didn't end up being a statue like a lot of us, myself included, thought it would be. And this is much more what I was hoping it would be. So X Plus knocked it out of the park once again. Um, and the jaw definitely does move. Just it's not a lot. Like he has the closed, and then it opens up a little bit so you can see the missiles in the mouth. It's hard to tell from this angle with the shadows in here. Um, but I can kind of see it in there. But they are painted. They are definitely 100% in there. And again, just look at this paint app. This paint application is absolutely incredible. So I couldn't be happier. Eric, they're basically I held them up next to each other just before, and they're virtually the same height. The 89 hairs it out by I don't know, millimeter or two. Um, when is one going up for auction? Probably. We were trying to get a second one, but unfortunately, due to the circumstances, we ended up not. So we will not have a RIC one up for auction. But I still might be able to get standards, but again, they're delayed. So when all this COVID stuff hit, I just played it safe. I know, we're a small little business over here, and you know, these ain't cheap. So it's hard to invest in some of these and then, know you're not going to get them for, 4 to 5 months. So I don't know if we'll have any of these in the future, but if we do, we'll post them up for sure. All right. Yeah, everything's delayed. I have to. Oh, shout outs to the US RIC website. Um, they did not charge me anything extra or even ask. I never even got a notification or anything of that kind. Because they did ship this DHL. When I did get the email from them, I was expecting it to be, what everyone's been experiencing, that, oh, freight's going to be, shipping is going to be more because we had a switch. And that wasn't the case. The email was literally the tracking number. So uh, big shout outs to them. That was awesome. Donna, US Rick. All right. So um, the light up feature on X Pluses, well, not all X Pluses. Some of them come with minis, but a lot of them are light ups for the most part. So there's a standard version of every X Plus, and then they call it a RIC version. The RICs are like the exclusives, more limited um, of each figure. And originally, uh, Shonen RIC only, you would have to go through a third party and stuff like that to obtain them because they only were sold in Japan. They recently opened up a US site, and so now they do ship directly to the US, and you can order directly through them. Originally, when the site first launched, it was very buggy, and they weren't. You got no information. Stuff just showed up. You wouldn't get a shipping notification. You wouldn't get a tracking number. You would just like come home one day and be like, "Oh, this shipped. Cool." Which isn't the worst thing. I mean, who doesn't like surprises? But yeah, they. But now that's done with. The last couple figures that I've gotten from there. They have sent out the shipping notifications and kept you updated the whole way through. So, uh, shout outs to them for really upping their customer service. And I'm sure it cost them more money to ship this DHL. So and they definitely ate the cost, it looks like. So that's big shout outs to X Plus for doing that. Um, the one difference between the Japanese and the US RIC site, for you, Donna, is the US site doesn't have everything that X Plus can offer. It's typically just the Godzilla stuff, some Gamera stuff, but all the Ultraman stuff is virtually non-existent on the US site. So there are some things you can and can't get. I believe it's X Plus Co. I'm not entirely sure. There might be a different division, but yeah, X Plus are these bad boys, and they come in different sizes, colors, variants, and drains on all of our wallets. Yeah, Eric, I don't know. I mean, it's really just it's about the company, I guess. I know a lot of people are having issues with hobby search. Um, they And, so I think they're trying to talk. That's the one thing that kind of blows my mind. Like I get DHL is more expensive, and they are a quality. They're a real quality shipping service. They're gonna send you. You're gonna get in like 3 days, fully tracked, all that jazz. But at the same time, I think they're trying to get $200 for this. And as I said earlier in the video, the box, like while he's 20 inches tall, that's it. The box is not big. When you first get it, you're gonna think they accidentally sent you something else. Um, so I don't. If the figure's expensive enough, throwing another $200 shipping on it, and telling your customers that's it. That's all they can do. Yeah, it's tough. Uh, I don't know what the solution is, but hopefully it works out for everybody. When is EMS going to be available again? Unfortunately, Chris, doesn't seem like there's an official announcement. I'm really hoping by the end of July, but again, you know, that's just a guess. I'm just guessing, speculating. There's no inside baseball on that one. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know, again, I'm not your number one review person, but again, I just wanted to share this because very excited with how this turned out. It is absolutely stunning. And hopefully, if you ordered it, you get it soon because, again, absolutely unbelievable. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Again, just a reminder, I will be on Wednesday night to go over with David a one-on-one interview, going over various, fun stuff, and of course, the Kaiju Con Line, which is happening Saturday and Sunday, July 11th and July 12th. So, I'll see you all on Wednesday night. And again, the little thing is like Space Titanium RIC Extra, but it's just where the RIC goes. All right, everybody. Have a good night, and I'll see you soon.